The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Middleboro in Review. Today is September 5th. September 5th. We are in a new month. For Middleboro in Review, a new month. The month of September. And it is also Labor Day weekend. Tomorrow is Labor Day. And this weekend usually is the 4-H fair. Real quick, I just want to mention that the 4-H fair is been canceled this year. However, there's a yard sale going on. Started yesterday and will continue today, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the 4-H fair fairgrounds. It's going to be taking place. And so yesterday, I went by there. There was a couple of people there, and it looked like they had quite a few different kinds of things that you can get at the yard sale. So you still have another day to go and check it out. So I would do so. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is when it will be on today. Tomorrow is Labor Day. Tomorrow we will have programming here on WVBF. There will be 2 hours of the news. I will be doing the news, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then Jim DuPont, 9 a.m. to 11. He'll be on 2 hours with his show, and I will be on 2 hours with the news tomorrow morning. So tune in tomorrow morning, Labor Day, and we'll have 4 hours of great radio for you tomorrow. And who is that I hear in the background? Dawn walking in here as we get ready to say good morning to Dawn. Let me just open up your mic here. It's Red Mic, correct?
Red Mike.
Red Mic. All right, let's say good morning to Dawn.
Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody.
So I was just letting everyone know that the 4-H fair has a yard sale going on this weekend. They started it yesterday, and they'll continue it today. They have a couple of different things that you can get there at the yard sale. Looks like they have quite a bit. And it looks like quite a bit of people went to the yard sale as well.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you see a lot of vehicles there?
Yeah, not as nearly as many as you could see at the fair, but a good amount for a yard sale.
It's good that they have something going on because a lot of people like going there. That's like a tradition for Middleboro, I believe. I've talked to a lot of people and they just love it. Going there, that's just their thing for the Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
I've talked to most people in Middleboro who lived here a long time. What do you do on Labor Day weekend? We go to the 4-H fair. So a lot of people do. So it's good to have something going on. Not as big and as grandiose, but that's good. They have something anyway. People who go out and bring more stuff home.
Yeah. And tomorrow is Labor Day. I was also saying that we will be live with programming.
Are you doing the news tomorrow?
I am doing the news tomorrow, yes.
Nice.
So I will be doing 2 hours of the news, and Jim DuPont will be doing 2 hours after me.
Awesome, good.
So we'll have a good amount of programming for you tomorrow. We have a good amount of programming for you today. Well, first up on the docket is our show. And then after that, will be the Rosary, 9 o'clock, Talking Birds, 9:30, Keys of the Kingdom.
You missed one.
No.
8 o'clock.
Oh, yes I did. I apologize, Pastor Van Cross. 8 o'clock, Pastor Van Cross, Bread of Life. And he will be on today. And I have the program. 1 second. And
It comes on at 8 o'clock.
I grabbed the wrong one.
You're all right, huh?
Chosen, Redeemed, and Sealed is today's program for Bread of Life. So at 8 o'clock, Bread of Life. 8:30, the Rosary. 9 o'clock, Talking Birds. 9:30, Keys of the Kingdom. 10 o'clock, All on God with Ed and Isaac. 11 o'clock will be the classical musical hour. Musical Odyssey. Yes, I was blanking on the name for a second.
Oh, it's good, huh?
It's early in the morning.
Oh, that's so, huh?
Musical Odyssey with with Ed Sutka. And yeah. And then 12 o'clock, Sounds of the Emerald Isle with Jim Larkin. 12 to 2, 2 hours of great Irish comedy and music. And then 2 to 3, Stand Up Strong, Ed Miller, Tony Branch. And the Sunday before Labor Day.
Yeah, that's a good amount of programming. That's it's a lot for Sunday. A lot going on, a lot of different variety. Starting with our show, people like our show, and we start out live and whatnot. And then everyone listens to Jim Larkin's show.
Speaking of that, live, we will not be live next week. It will be a recording, a replay of
Middleboro in Review.
Of Middleboro in Review. Yes, we will not be live. We will be off on that day. Bob Folsick will be in to play a replay for us here from Middleboro in Review. And I'll also be off on Tuesday. Bob Folsick will be in on Tuesday as well for the Veterans Agent.
Not next Tuesday, but
not on the Tuesday.
Following.
The 14th, right. Not the 7th, the 14th. 14th, right. So he'll be on the board as well. So the September 12th edition of Middleboro in Review will be a taped one, and then the 14th of September, Tuesday, Veteran Show.
You know, it's great because
will be.
Bob always helps you out on
we'll
Sundays.
Be with Bob.
Bob always helps you on Sundays, and you always help him on Saturdays when he goes away. So
yeah,
and that's good to do that to help people out, and because everyone needs a little time off, and that's good. Everyone's a team player around here. I like everyone here. I mean, you couldn't work for better people. Work with better people, in my opinion. You work with them, and management's great here, and everyone treats you really good. And I think you've learned a lot, and you've done really well here. And it's my honor and privilege to be your co-host on Sunday mornings.
Thank you.
Even though you turn my mic down sometimes.
All right, before I forget, for a second week in a row.
Mickey said last week, right?
Yeah.
Mickey, who listens from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Said you didn't even do Just Go Weather last
week. That's what
I'm
getting to. That's what I'm getting to. Before I forget, like I did last week.
Oh, maybe thank the guest from last week.
I want to thank Danny Harmon.
Okay. Do you practice his name?
Yes, Danny Harmon.
Okay.
I want to thank him for calling in for last week's program.
And who is Danny?
Distant Signals on YouTube. Check him out on YouTube. He's great programming filmmaker. Yep. Great videos that he does. Based on trains and rails, so
he's very knowledgeable. He's very smart. He's has 40 years doing doing commercials and whatnot. So he's in the same field you are as far as what he does from 9 to 5. This happened to be his hobby. I was watching his videos over the years, and he was gracious enough to come on and talk. He's got a beautiful speaking voice. He narrates everything perfect. He knows everything about the equipment. I mean, it may not be everyone's stick as far as trains and whatnot. And people say, what do you get out of trains? But some people like it. Nationwide, it's becoming it's rail. Listen to me, huh? No pun intended here, but it's viewing platforms are being built all over the South and all over the place. And even Massachusetts, Chester, Massachusetts, and Parma, Massachusetts are rail spots people tend to hang out in Chech trains. It's getting big, but down the South, these little towns like Folkestone, Georgia, Cordele, Georgia, it's mostly down the South, Plant City, Florida, and there's a whole bunch of them. I've had a list. They build rail platforms so people can watch the trains if there's a junction, two railroads coming together. But it helps the local economy, like folks in Georgia.
Yeah.
People coming up and watching the trains helps their economy, helps their restaurants, helps their hotels, gift stores, whatnot. So it's something that's popping up, and it's something he's been doing for years since YouTube has been around. And him coming on a Sunday morning and talking with us for a while is great. And hope we can have him in the studio when he makes it up this way from Tampa.
All right, before I forget, for the second week in a row, the weather.
Oh, weather.
The weather. So let's do the Driscolls first, because
really? We're not gonna. No.
let's do the Driscolls first, because
All you gotta do is look out the window in Middleborough and know what the weather is.
I feel bad for forgetting to do that last week.
I don't think most people lost sleep about not knowing what the weather was.
Let's do that first off the bat, because that's what I have up first anyway. Driscoll, North Dakota, 47 degrees currently. Very cold. Very cold. 80 degrees for the high today, so it'll get up there. 90 tomorrow. And that's Driscoll, North Dakota. So there's still going to be still going to be some heat.
That part of the country got walloped with heat waves this year.
Yeah. But 47 right now, so it's cool.
In Driscoll.
It's cool. In Driscoll, North Dakota. Driscoll, Texas, 74 degrees. That is warm. That is warm. Not for Driscoll, Texas. I'm sure Driscoll, Texas residents are used to having a warm morning. But that would be warm for here. 74 degrees for a morning temperature here would be bad. It would be almost unbearable heat wise. 74 degrees right now for the high. Well, not for the high, but right now, currently for the temperature, 100. Let me just say that again. 100 and 100 tomorrow. So they're still getting into the hundreds in Driscoll, Texas in September. It's still summer, so yes, you can still get into high 90s, upper 100s in that area. Definitely the next couple of weeks. Definitely, they have a chance of getting a couple more 100 degree days in Driscoll, Texas. In Middleboro, 75 degrees for the high today, 60 currently. Cloudy today. It'll be cloudy. It looks a little cloudy out there now. So it'll be cloudy today. I don't know if there'll be sun today. Maybe. Let's hope. There's some sun out there today.
I didn't see many clouds coming in. I think you came in early. It was a little dark.
It was, but
It looks all right.
it is forecast to be cloudy today.
In Middleboro.
So
yeah, but you're looking out the window. We're in Taunton.
yes. So it
looks cloudy.
It's the same. It's pretty much the same kind of weather in Taunton and in Middleboro. But sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's drastically different.
It is drastically different. Just that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's drastically different, but sometimes it's the same. Sometimes I say it's the same weather for the pretty much, but sometimes I have to say it's different. Some people looks
say,
like today it will be the same.
Some people say we got like the Rhode Island weather here. It's even like a different world. Even if you go down 44 south down on the Dayton line, it seems like it's another weather pattern down there. Taunton's so big.
So 60 in Middleboro and 59 in Taunton currently. All right, what are we talking about today?
What am I not interrupting you again?
Well, let's we're gonna take a break in a second, but we are gonna talk about. It's gonna be some interesting topics to talk about today. We're gonna do a sports segment because I don't think I did one last week. I didn't do one last week.
I got a rant. You give me time for my rant today or what?
Yeah, we could do that actually after the break. Let's do that.
I've been thinking about something.
Let's do that after the break. We'll have that, and then we'll have our sports segment because I really didn't talk about sports last week, and I didn't talk about really sports on Thursday either, except for one thing that is technically sports. Not technically, fishing, a fishing tournament in New Bedford. We're going to talk about that today too. There is a fishing tournament in New Bedford going on currently. It's going on for another couple of days. It's beneficial to children with disabilities. So I want to talk a lot about that. We're going to talk about the Little League. Little League World Series was last Sunday. We're going to talk about who won. It is a team in Michigan who won. I believe it was. So we'll talk about that when we get to the sports segment. And we'll talk about the Green Line, because I have an article about the Green Line extension project, kind of in depth about it. We'll talk about that today too. And if we have time, we'll do a South Coast Rail update too, and we'll have some other things as well. There's an interesting story out of Fairhaven that I want to talk about too. So we have a lot going on. And also, in Middleboro, there's a couple of different stories, too. So we have a lot to get to today. So let's take a commercial break. You're listening to Middleboro in Review, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, WVBF, and the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Middleboro in Review. And the Facebook is Middleboro in Review as well. It is going to be all lowercase for the YouTube. And I think it's all lowercase for the Facebook as well. And there's also many other ways to listen to WVBF as well. The audio now number 605-562-7958. All right, we're right back here on Middleboro Review on WVBF. All right, commercial break.
You might want to give a shout out to Williams Trading Post. Let them know they're open.
Yeah.
They're going to be advertising. The first commercial's got to run on the 19th.
Yeah,
So just give them a heads up.
okay,
And twice today, I'd say, just to let them know.
that's fine. We'll do that as soon as we get back from the commercial breaks.
Let 'em know.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an
I gotta keep it in on the time here. The next commercial break has to happen at 7:45.
Why's that?
ride motorcycles.
I want to keep
To the log?
Our mission is to support
closer to the log. Yeah, it's
Are you over?
7:25.
Are you over now?
About 5 minutes over. So it's 7:25.
Oh, yeah,
So
I mean,
the
that's
next commercial break has to happen at 7:45.
that's something that I guess you gotta
I'm just saying.
try to
Yeah, I'm
stay
just
on
saying
it
we have to stay on it today.
right.
Yeah, let's stay on it today.
with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate
Ugh.
in many motorcycle
Why today?
How does everyone like my
Why today?
early Halloween shirt on the Facebook Live here?
Why today? Not any other day. You go like 80 hours for
Motorcycle Association.
Because we went over yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Last week a little bit
Big
with
time.
commercials.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't wanna run into
you
that.
you just gotta do it.
yeah, I don't want to run into that.
No, you just
As much as
gotta
possible.
put the hammer down. You gotta pull the plug. Time for it out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And you know what? If you have anybody on and they're on for a while, say, hey, look, we're gonna do. This is when we're gonna do our ads, just so they know.
Yeah.
Because what happens, someone gets talking and it's tough to break into them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people talk for a living. You know what I'm saying? In their business, you keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
And
I got
it's tough to get in there. Word in
I gotcha.
48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts offers the highest quality collision repair
got me?
and complete auto
What?
service
You
for
got
your
me?
car.
Yeah.
They are a
Put it
direct
down when I pick
repair
it up.
shop for all
Pick
major
it up when I put it
insurance
down.
companies.
Annoyingly, yeah.
Oh, I'm so aggravated.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm burnt the last 2 days.
8 to 4.
I gotta go back and do some more.
Call them today. You will not be disappointed.
Guy wants some stuff for all those places in Framingham, so. I don't know.
1499.
Whatever.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me
All right,
every
well,
Sunday from noon
mention
to 4
Williams
p.m.
Trading
on
Post.
WVBF, the sounds of the Emerald Isle.
Yeah,
That's
I
some
know
great
it's
Irish
open.
music.
Yeah, and then we'll get to your rant.
Alright, well, it's gonna be
It'll give me a second to get some iced
How much time do I get
coffee.
for my rant, because I want to put you in as well. I want to ask you. It's going to be a round table thing.
Right here
Oh,
on
okay.
WVBF.
Well, give me a second to get my iced coffee
At hometowntalkradio.com.
together here.
Hi, this is Tony Walsh to tell you the high school football is coming back
Nice.
to WVBF.
Yeah.
Join Mike Logan and
Football's back. Football is back.
Listen in when the Tigers of Con High School take on the Middleboro Sachems on Friday, September 24th at 6:50 p.m.
You gotta be doing that? You doing all the
Yeah,
football?
I'm doing all the football.
And 99.
How many games?
Just 3 games.
Only 3 games?
Yeah. I think so.
Why only 3 games?
Because there's only 3 games.
Why?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah, it seems starting late, huh?
Hold on. All right, we're back here on Middleboro in Review. It is the 5th of September. It is closer and closer to fall, which means football season is here, pretty much. High school starting, I think, next weekend. The regular season starts next weekend. Middleboro, believe, plays on the 10th. Their season opener against Apponequet. Usually that's who they'll face with their season opener, Apponequet. College football is underway, as far as I know, too. I saw some games last night that were live. So the college football season's underway. The NFL season will be underway shortly. It will be underway Thursday. Thursday night, I believe, is the first game. And that will head into the weekend. The Patriots take on the Dolphins. The big news for the Patriots is that their new quarterback is not Cam Newton. It is Mac Jones. Cam Newton was let go by the Patriots.
Really?
Yes, he was let go.
I must have been on a rock because when that happened.
Yep, he was let go. That happened this week. He was let go.
Wow.
So, Mac Jones is our quarterback, which is interesting.
Was he the backup quarterback?
No, he's a rookie quarterback. He's a rookie.
You know what? That's what Tom Brady was a rookie when he started, and look what we got.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think the Patriots will get a good backup for Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a starter. I'm not saying Mac Jones is not gonna, start in some of these games. He's the starter for the season.
When's the season starting?
Thursday, but the Patriots is gonna be playing on Sunday.
A week from today.
Maybe from today,
Okay.
yes. And I think what the Patriots are gonna do is they're gonna go out and get a reliable backup quarterback, and they are going to have that reliable backup quarterback kind of mentor Mac Jones, I think. I mean, I think Bill Belichick and the others on the coaching staff will mentor Mac Jones as well. It's going to be a learning experience for Mac Jones for sure. It's kind of being thrust into the starting role. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks to see how Mac Jones does. Mac Jones has done very well in the preseason. He has really done well in the preseason. He earned this starting job. So we'll see how it goes over the next couple of weeks and see how he plays. But I think the Patriots will be getting a backup quarterback who is going to be reliable, can step in if something goes wrong, and can teach Mac Jones a lot. Anyway, we'll finish up our sports segment in a little bit. We would like to mention the Williams Trading Post. They are open. They are signed back up for another couple of months here, the fall season. And their ads will be starting up, I believe, on the 19th, because next week we won't be able to be here. So the 19th, it's going to be starting up for Williams Trading Post.
Third season, Martha signed up with you.
Yep. So they have re-signed with us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they
Your first sponsor.
again the 19th.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
That's
19th.
great. That's great. I hope this show helps their business. They have a great business. Martha's a great person. They've been on what's this, the 72nd
72nd
or 73rd?
season. Well, 72nd, yeah, 72nd or 73rd,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. But they opened on Friday, and they will be open until sometime in October.
Yeah, late October.
Late October, and then they'll close, and then they'll open up for the Christmas season.
Remember we had the Middle Street Bond Man on back in May of 19. Remember that?
Yes.
I think it was 3 guys showed up, right?
Yes.
Well, out of the 3, 2 of them always got their Christmas trees at. They just went there. He said, "Oh, we've been getting our Christmas trees at William Trading Post since I was a kid. We still go there." So that's a tradition. That's what families have. They have traditions, and that they all go down to a place like that. I mean, I'm not knocking the big box store. I don't knock no business anywhere. Okay,
No, yeah.
I never do. But for me, I like small places like that. I like local businesses, places like that who know the community. People know the community. You know the person. I mean, Martha owns the place and runs it, and families run it for years.
Yep.
So it's it's a generational business, and it's an institution in Middleboro down Route 28. So it's when they popped up and said, because you played the commercial, and they they said, yeah, we got our Christmas tree down. So just like, and they were young men, they were in their 20s, and they'll continue to go there, and when they have families and wives, and they'll continue to go there.
Yeah.
As long as they're open, people will go there, and it's just a nice spot. Just traditions. It's just sometimes traditions are good. Me and you have our tradition. We go to the football game on Thanksgiving. We couldn't go last year because of COVID, but we go to the football game. And then you worked in 19.
And I'll be working again this year.
You think so?
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah?
Yes,
You were told that?
yes, I was told that. Yes.
Who you work with? Ed again or what?
I'm working on the board.
You work on the board. You're not call coordinator this time?
I don't believe so. I'm working on the board.
Oh,
I'm just working on the board for the Thanksgiving game. I'm working on the board for the 24th, Middleboro and Taunton. And that will be 6:50 start, 7 p.m. Not a.m.
Oh, for the first game?
That would be interesting. A 7 a.m. kickoff for a football game. 7 p.m. Kickoff for the Middleboro versus Taunton game on the 24th of September.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So that will be the first game here on WVBF.
Right. So like I said, everyone has traditions. We go to the game, and then we go and listen to Alice's Restaurant at 12 o'clock on the radio, which is, even though we can dial up on YouTube and play it anytime you want, it's just...
Actually, you could dial up both versions. There's 2 versions of the song.
Well, what I'm trying to say is we'd rather listen to it on the radio.
Yes, you would. Yeah, absolutely.
Because they've been playing it on... I know BCN started playing that since like 1971, something like that, and they played it every year at 12 o'clock, and then ZLX picked it up.
Yep.
And they've been playing it ever since, too. I think they've been playing it ever since. And then I remember when AAF they played it once, and they said, the only time you'll ever hear folk on this station is this one time. And so, I mean, a lot of stations do it. I mean, it's a Thanksgiving song. And it really don't talk too much about Thanksgiving. It talks about autograph, it talks about everything but Thanksgiving. But it's a Thanksgiving song. And that's traditions.
Like I mentioned, there's 2 versions of the song. The main one, the original one, it's always played on the radio. You always can hear it on the radio. It's important if you like that song to definitely play it, to listen to it on the radio, because that is it's amazing. It's an amazing experience just to listen to it on the radio. The other version, it doesn't get played on the radio, but it's a different version of the song. It was recorded because he re-recorded the album. I don't remember when exactly he did. The 90s, maybe?
Well, the original came out, I think, in 1968 or 67. It was early.
Okay, and I think he re-recorded it in the 90s. He re-recorded that entire album. And he re-recorded the Alice's Restaurant song. And it's, it's the same kind of thing. He's older. It's the same kind of thing, and there's this little different things added to it as well. So both versions, check them out. They're great.
And then Al Guthrie has the place out in Great Barrington. You remember the name of that? We were there once. The Al Guthrie Cultural Center.
Arlo Guthrie Cultural Center.
Yes, and it has a think it might hold about 60 people maybe. They have a little performance there, and they had like a restaurant, not a restaurant, but a kitchen connected to it, and then they have the little museum as you walk in. You got pictures of Officer Obi and pretty much the old microbus and
Yep.
pretty much everything of that era, because that was the where the cultural center is. That's the church where the song is based on. Where their friends lived, and that's where they cleaned up all the trash and took it to the dump, and when they dumped it illegally, they got caught, and that's what the whole song's about. And it's one thing led to another, and the song goes all the way down to the end, and it's, I think the song was recorded 67 or 68, so the times as far as.
Yeah, and he mentions on the song that it was 2 Thanksgivings ago. So the events
66.
happened in
The
66.
events happened in 66, exactly, 1966. And it's a great place. The thing is, I didn't see, he has like a newer microbus up there with a peace sign, but I was looking for an older one. Maybe he'll get an older one. They're tough to come by.
Yeah.
But remember the red one there that was there?
Yeah, I
It was
vaguely
like
remember
a
that,
90,
yeah.
90, 89 microbus. They came and started doing them again, Volkswagen. But they had, at least he had something out there.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I guess the whole Al Guthrie kick. Somebody like you, your age, to be into a folk singer from the '60s is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I've always liked Al Guthrie, and
There's several.
he's got a lot.
There's several folk singers
Yeah,
that I like.
He's got a lot of good material, and he lives in the Berkshires, and he has a song called Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And no, it's good. Traditional.
Yeah.
Folk, and he's still.
Yep, Arlo Guthrie, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
When you type it up on YouTube, make sure you say Arlo Guthrie, Massachusetts, because the Bee Gees also have a song called Massachusetts.
And that's the early Bee Gees. That's the Bee Gees from like the late '60s, early '70s. Bee Gees were came in 2 waves. They came in like the British invasion wave,
Yeah.
late '60s and early '70s, and then they came into the disco in like '76 when they
Yep.
they're doing
They
Stay
did.
Alive and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think if we had Jim DuPont sitting next to me, I think we'd have an encyclopedia of the early Bee Gees more than we can muster, because that man knows a lot about music.
All right.
So is the rant gone? We talking
Did you talk about your rant?
No, we're talking about the Bee Gees and Al Guthrie.
We'll have to wait till after the commercial break to do your rant. I don't know if it's gonna be longer than 5 minutes, but we can take a commercial break in about 5 minutes or so.
Because I know you got things to do, and listen to me rant.
All right. Do the rant.
We got time?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I want to bring you into the discussion on this.
All right.
Okay. All right. Since the pandemic, I'm not saying it's over, but the bad part of the pandemic, and the restaurants all started opening up, and people are back dining, and the restaurant industry took a hit, and they lost a lot of talent in the kitchens.
It took a really massive hit. A lot of restaurants closed down.
And a lot of people who couldn't work had to move on to other things. So it happened to my friend Dave. He worked for a hotel in Boston, and he was banquet chef, and he loved it. He loved it. He was like, this is great, Donnie. I mean, I was like, I deal with the banquet, and I don't have to. He was an executive chef before, so he's definitely paid his dues. And then COVID came, and they laid everyone off. But the restaurant business has lost a lot of talent, and
a lot of great restaurants. Isaac's in Plymouth, which was a very popular restaurant in Plymouth. One of the more popular ones in Plymouth, closed down during the pandemic.
Right, and the ones that opened up after what was it? It was March to September. So you're talking a few months. They lost a lot of their talent, and so they're trying to fill in the gaps with anyone they could find, management, owners, stuff like that. And sometimes you may not get the best quality right now as far as what you're used to, because you build up a business, you build up talent, and then if the talent has to leave to go thinking about if you have a family to support and you're in the restaurant business, and so you got into something else, COVID's not gone yet. No one knows what the future brings, so people are hesitant to go back into the restaurant business. So either you have short staff with people kind of overworked, or you got people just coming up on the ranks and learning the craft. So I've had a lot of bad restaurant experiences. I think you have too in the last few months. And I mean, the first thing to do, I think, would be rant and rave and complain, but you have to look at it from another perspective. Okay, you have to look at it. They lost all their talent.
Yes, you have to look at it from the pandemic, because the pandemic affected a lot.
They lost all their
A
talent.
lot of people left.
Yep.
And a lot of people lost their jobs because of the pandemic. I think unemployment was at 15% or somewhere around that. I'm not
Right.
sure exactly how high it got,
Right.
but it got pretty high.
But there's two things here. The sit-down restaurants, whatnot, they're trying to get their talent base back, get quality back. A lot of places, like a lot of takeout places, they did so well in the pandemic with the takeout. They made a ton of money. Best years they ever had. But then they turn around and I noticed the places I stop, and I'm not mentioning nothing because I'll never do that to anybody, but the places I stop at, driving around delivering oil, the quality of the food went down. And it's just something, you go to a certain place and you expect a certain something, either be a turkey sandwich or whatever you eat, and the quality, they cheapen up the meats, they cheapen up this, they cheapen up that, and my stomach doesn't agree with it, so I can't go there anymore because of what they did. Was that because of the pandemic? Was it because they want to make more money? What? If you go to a place for so long, you like the atmosphere, you like the people, you want to throw in your business, but every time you go in there, your stomach can't take it because they just changed the quality of the product drastically. So
I want to backtrack for a second. You mentioned something about the takeout. It was really, really big during the pandemic.
Oh,
A lot of people
huge.
were doing takeout.
People
Another thing that was really big, and I noticed this quite a bit, was fast food. Fast food was massive during the pandemic too.
Right.
A lot of people went to fast food restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the way I look at it is this, okay? You got private companies out there struggling to keep going. I mean, you have people like, maybe if the owner wasn't, before, if the owner wasn't really in the kitchen working or whatever, he is now.
Yep.
His whole family's in there. Whoever's, and that's the quality control. And I've talked to a few people who used to just work the floors and just, they're in there cooking now. They're in there cooking and they're watching quality control. And those places, in my opinion, haven't gone down. But absentee management is the worst thing you could have as far as anything, as far as any business. All right? You could have guys who work for you, and I'm not knocking the guys because they work hard. But as soon as the boss walks off to go get coffee or something like that, everything just comes to a screeching halt. That's just the nature of the game. I don't think it's intentionally. It's how it is. And same with fast food. Okay, I've seen we have work shortages and stuff. And okay, I understand that. Can't make it work, but take a lesson from Waffle House. I talked to some of the management there because we stopped there and we had breakfast. We talked to the management, and during the tornado, Joplin, management came down. High-ranking management. The CEO was on the grill at one of the restaurants in Joplin, or in the Joplin area, because that was the only place that was open that would feed people. The higher-ups, they emptied corporate. Corporate's probably loaded with people doing their corporate stuff. They emptied corporate. And that's what that was a manager in Maryland told me. They emptied corporate. Everyone in corporate was all hands on deck, came to help they had to help the employees because the employees had to deal with the disaster. Mm-hmm. But now I feel like the big corporations out there,
Definitely a model people should follow. That's the model.
I think yes, but these other companies that are huge, I don't think corporate's stepping up to the plate. I've been to a couple restaurants and and it's just, you walk in and it's just, oh my god, it's just like, where is everybody? They got to take the trash out. Are they going to do this? Are they going to clean the place? You know, not mentioning no places, but big places. And I feel if the corporate people who work there have to get involved and get back into, a lot of the people who work corporate in these big restaurant chains and whatnot came from restaurants, came from working individual stores. So how do you want to save your business? Do you want to save your reputation? Because you go to a place you normally go to get coffee or food or whatever on a fast food situation. If it keeps on getting worse and worse and worse, and it doesn't seem like they care, and it's not the kids working there because they're trying. I mean, they're not getting paid much either, but they're trying. I guess they get paid all right. But if it isn't the corporation trying to keep the product good, why bother going back? That's what you're thinking. But that's what in the fast food part of it, because they're still open and they're still making money. Small restaurants, have patience. All right, because you could go to a restaurant and everything's gonna be terrible, and you're like, oh, I've been here before, and it used to be awesome. But you gotta go back and give them another try, because they got all their talent ripped from them, and now they like scramble into. Okay, I mean you got the dishwasher who's the head chef now, right?
Yeah.
Because you lost the head chef, so
Yep.
and the owner,
Yep.
trying to make everyone happy, and people are selfish and unsatisfied sometimes.
Yep. All right, 7:48. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We're gonna talk a few minutes. We'll talk a little bit about a couple different stories. We'll save the Green Line and the South Coast Rail for another time. We don't have enough time to do those things, but we'll talk a couple different things. Quick little sports thing that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Little League. That's pretty interesting stuff. So I want to talk about that. We'll be right back here on Middleboro Review.
TJ Driscoll Construction, specializing in septic repair, new system installations, and all Title V needs. Excavation and retaining walls are their specialty. They service all of Bridgewater and the South.
Okay, so
To contact them, call 508.
That was a good discussion.
there's this interesting story out of Fairhaven I want to talk about.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough time to. I don't
Oh,
think.
talk about that.
There's a drummer in Fairhaven, composer, 14-year-old kid,
Oh, really?
who just released his first album. And apparently it actually, if I'm reading it right, it actually, there's a couple of big musicians that actually appeared on it. If I read it correctly, yeah. Like Derek Shrinian.
Really?
Yeah. I'll read it when we come back.
When the highly contagious Delta variant is expected to cause another surge in new coronavirus
I skimmed over it.
areas with substantial and high transmission, the CDC recommends
This
fully
week.
vaccinated people wear masks in public, indoor settings to help prevent the spread of the Delta variant and protect others. The CDC recommends that everyone in grade school wear masks indoors, including teachers, staff, students, and visitors, regardless of vaccination status. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
When are you having him on?
St. Vincent of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro.
What?
Serves
Oh.
the
Right.
residents of the
I'm
towns of Middleboro,
I'm gonna call him
Carver, and Rochester.
Tuesday
Of operations is in
and
the
set it up
level
for the
repair
19th.
shop
Okay,
on
that'll
Oak
work.
Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid.
You gotta start on Tom in about 2 weeks, because he's got to re-up.
Oh yeah, Spark Street Auto's gonna be up at the end of the month.
Yeah, and so see if Tom wants to sign up. I'm not sure if he's gonna sign up again. You know how he gets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
said he would.
twice.
Yeah, do it
Well,
twice.
just
So
hold him on it. If he says, he just say,
Yeah.
if you do it twice,
okay, we'll see.
top it up. You
Yeah.
know?
May
Yep.
the good Lord bless you.
I don't know.
and
He's getting.
keep you safe.
He might. You know.
Might, yeah.
I mean, this would be.
I think he did. I think he did say he got got someone from the.
Oh, you did really?
I think so. I think he said that.
Oh, awesome.
Coffee with Tony. Join host.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I think so. I think he
He
said
said
that.
that, or did Jeff say
Guest
that?
interviews.
It might have been Jeff.
Well, Jeff definitely got something.
Yeah, Jeff definitely. I don't know. Maybe I think maybe it was Jeff. Maybe I'm just.
99.7 FM WBBF.
Combat Veteran
Well, it's
Motorcycle
Bridgewater,
Association.
and
It's
we
an
broadcast in
association
Bridgewater and Raynham.
from all
Yeah.
So I mean,
So it's important
Raynham,
to
yeah,
get the word out.
so,
Yeah.
So I mean,
Exactly.
It's definitely for what it costs. For you to job.
It, yeah.
To keep it going. You gotta keep, just like Jordan's Furniture.
Absolutely.
They always just they ran their ads all the time. You're so sick of them, but it
Exactly.
worked. It got huge.
Yeah.
So you just do radio advertising.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep
Exactly.
keep going with it. So that's just how radio works.
It's important.
We sponsor and or participate in
All right, so
motorcycle-related charity events each
I got some stories for the 19th.
nonprofit
The,
organization.
I got the Green Line extension thing.
Facilities and veteran
You
charities.
realize that's supposed to open soon.
That's supposed to open very soon, the end of the year, I think. So
Yeah.
I wanna do a segment on it, going in depth into it and what it.
We're gonna take it for a ride.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be great too.
The opinions expressed on
Why
this
am I doing that? No, not disclaimer. Okay, it's early, folks.
You gotta pay attention to it. That's,
I know.
that's a rookie mistake.
Oops.
It's not funny.
I know. Alright, we are back here on Middleboro Review. Couple of minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about I found this interesting story this week on South Coast Today. In Fairhaven, there's a 14-year-old in Fairhaven, and his name is Thomas Thunder. He plays drums, guitar, keyboard, and bass. Composes his own music and collaborates with famed musicians such as Ron Bumblefoot Thal, who toured with Guns N' Roses, very big name there, who toured with Guns N' Roses. He's also about to release his first album. He's 14. He is working again with Ron Bumblefoot Thal. His father played with Motown greats. Now he is making a name for himself too, the young kid. Again, 14 years old.
Really?
Yes. Thunder joined a band at the age of 8, taking classes with a teen group at School of Rock in Seekonk. And see if I can get some of the names that might be on the thing here. Thunder collaborates frequently with keyboardist Derek Shinian, who is a member of Sons of Apollo currently. He was a member of, or is a member of, the Black Country Communion Band. Because Black Country Communion is still, they're not broken up. They are active. They're not a broken up band. They are still active. So he is the keyboardist currently for the Black Country Communion
when
Band.
Kevin Shirley gets around to make another album, they'll do one.
Kevin Shirley's a little bit too busy with Maiden. Maiden just put out a new fantastic album, Senjutsu, on Friday, which is amazing.
Kevin Shirley's pretty amazing. He's a great.
He really is. When he took over in 2000, the production roles in 2000 for Maiden. Man, the albums that he has produced have been fantastic. I mean, there's been some duds along the way, but he's done very well. Brave New World in 2000 was fantastic. Book of Souls in 2016, I believe it was, or 2013. I'm not sure exactly when. 2016, yes. 2013 was
It's funny
Sabbath.
too. Bruce Dickinson sang that whole album. broke cancer.
Yes. Yes, and it's
I'm not
fantastic.
laughing at him. I'm just saying he found
It's
out
fantastic
after. He
what
found out after.
Yeah.
After he did the album. This
It's-
was his best work.
It's fantastic what he did on that album. It really is.
Oh my god.
It really is. And Senjutsu, from what I've been hearing so far, is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Worth a listen, for sure. Anyone who is a fan of Iron Maiden should definitely take a look at Senjutsu, the new album that came out on Friday. Anyway, let's finish up this article here. So he's worked with Derek Sherinian. He's worked with Bumblefoot Thou, to play with Thunder on several of his songs, including his recently released EP, Crystal Illusion. Thunder says his new song is a modern medieval theme about a barbarous wizard that tries to take over a village. The single will be a part of his upcoming album, The Pharaoh's Temple. That is amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. Again, 14 years old.
That's amazing.
14 years old.
Talk about the talent. And Derek Sherinian and I never heard of Bumblefoot. What's it? Bumblefoot?
Ron Bumblefoot Thal. He
never
worked
heard of
with Guns N' Roses, which was he toured with them.
Or?
I think so. And I think I don't know if he appeared on the album
Right.
that came out in 2008.
Well, that's pretty good because those are big names anyway. Anybody in the bit, especially Derek Sherinian.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Derek
People
Sherinian is a really huge name.
You want to hear somebody on the Hammond organ? Oh my God,
He's fantastic.
yes.
Yes. I mean, no one's gonna beat John Lord, but Derek Sherinian is fantastic.
John Lord's a master.
Fantastic.
Was a master.
Yeah, John Lord was a master at what he did.
7:59, Joe.
7:59. All right, let's do the Today in History. All right, we have a couple Today in Histories. 1836, Sam Houston is elected as the first president of the Republic of Texas. 1905, Russo-Japanese War. In New Hampshire, the Treaty of Portsmouth, mediated by Theodore Roosevelt, ends the war. Another very important today in history, and a local one.
Russia didn't do too well in that war. They got both their fleets sunk.
In 1996, Hurricane Fran makes landfall near Cape Fear in North Carolina. It's a Category 3 storm. 115-mile-per-hour sustained winds. Fran caused over $3 billion in damage and killed 27 people. Birthdays on this day. 1945, Al Stewart, famous musician, singer, Scottish. He's from Scotland. He's done a lot of great songs. Like Year of the Cat.
And what's the other song he does?
Why am I...
Or whatever? No, what's the name?
Time Passages, I believe is the name of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song.
That's my
It's a great
my
song.
favorite that he does.
Yeah. 1946, Freddie Mercury. Born on this day. He would have been 75 today.
Yeah, he was taken from us too early. He had so much talent.
David Glenn Isley, American rock singer. Fans of SpongeBob SquarePants may know him. One of his songs appeared on an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. 1847, Jesse James, birthday today, American outlaw. And deaths on this day, in 1997, Mother Teresa, Albanian Indian nun, missionary, and saint. And she also has received a Nobel Peace Prize. Very important figure in world history. Mother Teresa.
She died around the same time as Princess Diane. Okay.
Yep.
And both Princess Diane was tragic because of what happened, but Mother Teresa, she's helping the poor all her life, and all the media went towards Princess Diane. Not too much about Mother Teresa, which I thought was sad.
All right, well, we'll do it for today's program. I thank everyone for listening today, and
Have a great week,
we will be back September 19th. So next week will be a replay of a show, either this one or the week before. We'll keep everyone on the Facebook and on the radio. What's the word? Informed. There we go. Informed
There you go.
about which one will play, either today's or last week's program. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. All right. That'll do it. That will do it.
Any views?
Hold on 1 second, okay? Let me just get things going here, okay? Let me just get things going here.
Broadcasting live from the Tom Federal Credit
Bye-bye, everybody.